The problem, not knowing a Zed's weaknesses and strengths. You're shooting at a Zed, you've unloaded your magazine into it, it has not gone down, you would not know why, what's wrong? I know all of the Zed's weaknesses and strengths, from the Cyst all the way to the Fleshpound, to help you get more kills and deal more damage. Bosses are a complex topic, so they'll be in their own videos. So let's get started. There are currently 12 Zeds, including variants, in KF3. We'll start with the Cyst. The Cyst is generally weak, but in particular is weak to biological damage. That said, any damage type will be able to dispatch it easily, especially if you target its weak point, the head. The Cyst has no particular strengths, but very often spawn in high numbers. Their grab attack can pose a problem for getting away from more dangerous Zeds because of this. In addition, they can also spit at players along with executing down players. Next, we move on to the Clot. The Clot is also quite weak, but not as weak as the Cyst, but once again is particularly weak to biological damage. Once more though, any damage type will be able to dispatch it quite easily, especially if you target its weak point, the head. The Clot has no particular strengths, but like the Cyst, often spawn in high numbers, with their grab attack posing a problem for getting away from more dangerous Zeds. Once again, in addition, they will enrage when Zeds close to them die and can also execute down players. Next comes the first Zed variant, the Mire Cyst. The Mire Cyst is a stronger form of the Cyst, with this time weaknesses to cold and electrical damage, with it being strong against biological damage. Its weak point is still the head, with any weapon being able to take it down quite easily. It will just take a bit longer for weapons dealing biological damage though. Like the regular Cyst, the Mire Cyst can also spit at players and grab players. Following this comes the Mire Clot. The Mire Clot is a stronger form of the Clot, which has weaknesses to cold and electrical damage and is strong against biological damage, like the Mire Cyst. Its weak point is the head and stomach postule. Aim for the stomach postule as headshots may not outright kill this Zed, with any weapon being able to take it down quite easily, even biological damage weapons. It cannot grab players like its non-Mire counterpart. Next up, we have the Crawler. The Crawler is a nimble Zed with a weakness to heat damage and is strong against acid damage. Its weak point is the head, with any weapon being able to take it down quite easily, even weapons dealing acid damage. It can approach players from odd angles though, as it can climb on ceilings and walls, with it tending to spawn in a small pack, so make sure to keep your head on a swivel. It can also execute down players. Following this we have the Crawler Larva. This Zed only appears either during a fodder wave mutation or when fighting the Queen Crawler. This Zed is even faster than the Crawler, but also has a weakness to heat damage, whilst having a strength against acid damage. Its weak point is also the head, but any weapon can take it down in 1 or 2 hits, even if the weapon deals acid damage. Like the Crawler, it can climb ceilings and walls, with it also spawning in a small pack. Unlike the Crawler, it cannot execute down players. Moving on to a fat fellow now, the Bloat. The Bloat is a medium Zed with a weakness to cut damage and is strong against acid and biological damage. It should not take too long to take it out, even if you're using acid or biological weapons. If you aim for its head or the inflated red pustules, which are only shown when it is going for a longer range spew attack. It will explode if it is inflating though, so headshots can prevent this. It can also execute down players. Next up we have the Gorefast. The Gorefast is a medium-sized Zed with a weakness to biological damage and is strong against electrical damage. It should not take too long to take it down, especially if you aim for its head, its weak point. It takes a bit longer with electrical damage, but the stunning helps. Any players near it when low on health have to be cautious though, as it will become enraged, charging at that player and dealing extra damage with any of its attacks. Onto everyone's favourite singer now, the Siren. The Siren is a medium-sized Zed with weaknesses to heat and biological damage, and strengths against cut and electrical damage. It should not take too long to take her down. If you aim for her head/neck, her weak point, even if dealing cut or electrical damage. But keep in mind that her scream will destroy projectiles when in effect, although shooting at her neck can cancel this attack. She also has a medium-range sonic projectile attack that she will use if she sees that you are too far for her to use her radial scream attack. She likes to hide behind larger Zeds to try and surprise players, so keep an eye out for her among a horde of Zeds. Of a similar threat to the Siren, we now have the Husk. The Husk is also a medium-sized Zed, which has weaknesses to force and cold damage. damage with a strength against heat damage. It can take a notably long time to take down unless you aim for its weak points, its head, the fuel tank on its back, or its cannon. Destroying its fuel tank causes it to explode, damaging nearby Zeds. You can also shoot at its cannon muzzle when it's charging an attack to interrupt it, along with striking it with a melee bash attack, causing it to turn around so that you can get a clear shot on its fuel tank far more easily. In addition, make sure to take cover when it fires its long-range bombardment attack or when it flies up into the air for its quick triple shot attack. To force it to come closer to you, at close range though, it can spray fire within a close radius around itself, and at low health will try flying up into the air before flying at you like a rocket, exploding at the end of its flight paths. Now it's Chainsaw Massacre time. We have the Scrake. The Scrake is a large Zed with weaknesses to ballistic, cut and biological damage, with strengths against force and electrical damage. The Scrake can take a while to take down even if you are using damage types it's weak to, so aim for its weak points: the head, the chainsaw engine and the face. Breaking the armor on its face mask or chainsaw will help take it down faster. You have to watch out how it enrages from damage, marking attackers and boosting nearby Zeds. It can derage if avoided for a time. Being a large Zed, the Scrake can break through doors and any other small openings. Another attack to watch out for is its hook attack, where it will pull you towards itself. This can be dodged by dashing sideways or using cover. It will lose this ability if damaged in the right areas, and on another note, can also execute down players, but if reduced to low enough health, can be executed by players. Final Zed now. It's the overall strongest Zed of these 12 Zeds. It is of course the Fleshpound. The Fleshpound is a large Zed with weaknesses to force and electrical damage, with strengths against ballistic, cut and biological damage. The Fleshpound takes quite a while to take down, just as long if not longer than the Scrake, but force damage is your friend here, making sure to aim for its weak points: the head, chest core and back core. One of the Fleshpound's attacks to watch out for is its arm throw attack, which will allow it to hit you from a short distance away. It looks similar to how it's breaking through the doors here. It will enrage from being damaged, moving faster and dealing more damage, but it can derage if avoided, like the Scrake. Also, breaking the chest and back armor not only helps in taking it down, but also stops it from being enraged. It cannot execute down players, but can be executed by players, if reduced to low enough health. You now know how to take out Zeds effectively to gain more kills and deal more damage. But even though you can take out all these Zeds, the bosses are a whole different story, and you should check out this playlist right here to learn how to take them out. Until next time, goodbye for now.